I'd be pretty well off if I had $1 for every time that someone asked me what I used to grow my hair. So in this video, I'm going to answer that question over tea. Yeah. Hi, if you're new, welcome to my channel. If you're not, I'm sending hugs. Thank you so much for coming back. Yeah, so let's get into this. So if you get nothing else from this video, I want you to get this one thing, that it's not what I use in my hair that grows my hair, but it's what I do to my hair that grows my hair. Yes, so it's not, the secret is not in a product or a group of products, but the secret is actually in the routine. So let's rephrase the question. What do I do to grow my hair? Great question. Thanks for asking. So I'm gonna give you a list of things, maybe 8 or 10 things that I do to my hair to grow my hair. And hopefully you learn a thing or two and implement in your own hair care routine to grow your hair. So to begin, the first thing is protective styling. Yep, protective styling is number one. And protective styling is simply just putting your hair in styles that minimize your hair loss or hair breakage, right? It's braiding your hair, but then be careful when you braid, because when you braid and it's like tight, that doesn't help your hair at all. Like, you're putting too much tension on your hair, and it's actually not good for your hair, right? It's going to break your hair, and you're not going to see any growth. So braid your hair, but don't put too much tension on it. Make sure it's comfortable, it's not painful. Yeah, so protective styling. So the second thing is finger detangling. Yes, finger detangling, like prioritize finger detangling. Like when you undo your hair, or you want to style your hair and you have to comb it, right? Try your best to just minimize your usage of combs. If you absolutely have to use a comb, I understand, but try to finger detangle first to remove like knots and tangles before raking a comb through it, because combs, I've said this before, but combs break hair. Like, they break hair. When a comb comes with, like, when you're combing your hair and you get to where there's a knot, that comb will either rip the hair at the knot, like break it, all right, or it will what? It will, like, if you're like tugging with a comb, it will break the hair from the root. It will pull out that, yeah, that's the word. It will pull out the hair from the root, right? So you end up with hair that is not thick, like hair that is sparse, and hair that is short, right? So just try to use your fingers to just detangle after like removing whatever style that you have in. Just try to use your fingers first, and then you can comb if you must. And the third thing I'm going to share with y'all is try as much as you can to avoid salons. Like, I know it's so much easy to just go to the salon, have them undo your hair, then comb it, wash it, then do something else with your hair. I know it's so much easier, but if you have time, right, I just encourage you to just avoid salons altogether. If you cannot do your hair on your own, which is the best, like, you know your hair best and you care for your hair best more than anyone. If you cannot because you don't have the time, or you really don't know how to do it nicely, then I suggest that you get a person, like just one person that listens, because people at salons, they don't listen. You tell them don't do this, they will just say something rude, right? So just get one hairstylist whom you will educate on how to handle your hair, or one hairstylist that knows how to handle afro textured hair. And and tell them how you want your hair to be handled. And I think that will work, right? That will work. You tell them to finger detangle, to not break your hair, to not rip your hair out of your scalp. You just tell them how you want your hair to be done, and your hair will start flourishing. Like my hair started flourishing when I started doing hair on my own. Like before 2018, I used to have people do my hair, and my hair was short. If you've seen my hair growth video, you know what my hair looked like before, you know. But then from 2018 upwards, I started doing my own hair, and I only have people do my hair like maybe once in a year, right? Because that's as much as I can handle. Because anything more than that, oof, I feel like my hair cannot handle it. Like, okay, not my hair, but me, I can't handle it. Because when people are doing your hair, they have to comb it, right, for them to be able to perfectly do it. When I do my hair, I don't necessarily comb it. I just finger detangle it. Then I plait whatever I want to plait. If it's tangled up where I want to plait, I will finger detangle as I go and then plait. I don't use combs that often. So yeah, I only use combs when my hair is stretched out like this. Yeah. So the fourth thing is going to be moisturizing. Of course, we can't leave moisturizing out of this. Anyway, but from the time that I had like a teeny weeny afro, just like shortly after my big chop, I was basically moisturizing my hair. And I'm not one that believes in natural hair products that much, so I don't really buy moisturizers. Like right now, these days I do, but I didn't in the past. Like before, like this year, I did not buy moisturizers at all. I would moisturize with like water. I would put water in a spray bottle and just spritz the hair, and then put oil on it to just seal the moisture. That's how I used to do it from the time I had like hair that's like this till like my hair reached my shoulders, right? And it worked really, really well. Like I would moisturize my hair like that before I sleep, and also in the mornings before going to school. So yeah, it really worked. Like my hair, it grew a lot. But then now that my hair is this long, I can't really afford to be spraying water like this. Like my hair's like this, I can't have water in my hair at this point like this. No, no, no. So I mostly keep my hair dry because I'm not here for the shrinkage and the tangling up, because it will just tangle up even worse. It will tangle up and just be a whole mess because it's like so long, right? So I just try to keep my hair stretched out and dry these days. But before it was like this long, I always used to keep my hair wet, like when I'm sleeping, whatever's going on. My hair is like moist, moist, moist. And it really worked. Right, and I feel like my hair is growing. Yes, it's growing, but it's growing less than it used to in those days. Like in those days, it really, really would grow. So I think moisture really plays a significant part, right? So on to number 5. Let me just take a sip. Number 5 is going to be no heat and no excessive manipulation. So I've recently started using heat in my hair, like this year. Before this year, I would not use heat in my hair. I wouldn't blow dry my hair. I wouldn't flat iron my hair. I wouldn't do any of that. But I recently started because, like I said, I'm trying to keep my hair dry and stretched out. And the heat is quite efficient at stretching out hair, Like I know there's like heatless methods of stretching out hair, and I used to use those in the past, but they're just a lot, just difficult, and just takes a lot of time, and my hair doesn't respond well to those. My hair doesn't even respond well to heat, because right now I used heat to stretch out my hair, but it's not as good as what other people's hair looks when they've like blow dried it and flat ironed it. Like believe me, I blow dried this hair and then I flat ironed it, and this is how it looks. Like it's really, really resistant, right? Or maybe my blow dryer is not hot enough, or the flat iron is not hot enough. I don't know, but my hair doesn't look the way other people's hair do when they use heat on it. So you can imagine what it looks like when I use, like, when I thread it, or I use another method to stretch it out, right? My hair doesn't respond well to that. It's like, it's really hard and it's really resistant. So I've recently started to use heat, and my advice to you is to stay away from heat as best as you can, especially when your hair is like still short, right? Yeah, stay away from heat. Just try your best to just not use heat, because it damages your hair, right? Mm-hmm. The sixth thing was heat. No, it wasn't heat. It was stretching. Keeping your hair stretched out, right? And I think I've just covered this in my previous point. Excuse me. I think I just covered this in my previous point. But yeah, if your hair is like past your shoulders, you want to keep it stretched out as much as you can. You don't want to keep it shrunken. You don't want to keep it in wash and goes. You don't want to keep it in afros like that much, because the tangles, you will just break your hair for nothing, right? So keep your hair in a stretched state if your hair is this long. If it's not, keep it shrinked up, shrunk. Your English is not my best friend. Just keep it wet, even if you feel like the shrinkage is making your hair shorter. It's not. Actually, this is a concern that I've noted. Like, somebody asked me, was asking me what to do with their hair, and I was like, use a lot of water on your hair. And then she was like, but it will make my hair shorter. I'm like, no, it's not. It doesn't make your hair shorter at all. Like, it's not like your hair strands get back inside your scalp, you know. When you when you what when you spray water, no, it just that the hair, like, just curls up and coils up on itself, and it just occupies a smaller, I'm gonna say volume, but I don't know, it just shrinks basically. But then if you stretch it out, it's still gonna be as long as it is, and there's no harm. Like, shrinkage is actually good, and shrinkage is actually healthy for type 4 hair. Yeah, for type 4 hair, it's actually good. So don't think, putting water in my hair makes my hair shrink. Shrinkage is bad. Shrinkage is actually good. It's very good. Yeah, like, I would be stressed if my hair wasn't shrinking anymore. I would be stressed because I know that I have heat damage, from all the heating that I've been doing on my hair. Yes, yes. And then the seventh thing, I think, is gonna be scalp massages. Scalp massages, yeah, I used to do them a lot. These days I don't. I need to, but then I just forget. I used to do it like when I am going to sleep, or in the morning when I spritz my hair with water. I would just massage my scalp like this all over, and it stimulates blood flow to the scalp, and that stimulates hair growth, right? So that's something. And then number 8, I think I'm going to say conditioning. Yeah. And just like with moisturizers, I've never been the person who buys conditioners, you know. So it's kind of like, so why am I talking about conditioners if I don't? Just condition your hair. I think it helps. I haven't really seen the benefits of it, but I think it helps. I used to do it a lot, like a lot every time I would wash my hair, but not with conditioners. I would do it with natural things, DIY things, maybe condition with rice water, with, I don't know, some funny things that I don't do anymore. These days, if I do condition, I condition with conditioners, because just because, you know. But then before, I just used to condition with other things that I think I might do a video on that. I think I might. I don't know. And then number 9, I'm gonna say cover your hair as much as you can. Keep your hair covered, right? When you're sleeping, keep your hair covered, because the friction between your hair and the pillow or your bed, it's not good for your hair, right? It makes your hair strands thinner, makes them break, etc., etc. So you need to cover your hair, preferably with like a satin or silk scarf, or just sleep on a satin or silk sheet and pillowcase. Yeah. hmm yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's number 9. Do I have a 10th one? I don't think I have a 10th one. Let me think. I don't have a 10th one. I really don't. But then 10 is like an even number, and it's people who says 9 things or what. I can't say 9 things. I have to come up with a 10th thing. But do I really? 9 is weird because it's an odd number. Yeah, I think I'll just not fabricate anything and just keep it at 9. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.